Yo, what is up guys? Cooking University here, and today guys, if you are looking for healthy recipes, including this carrot, tomato, and spinach quinoa pilaf with ground turkey, yes, I got that one, then you are in the right place. So before I get this video, I need to say, I'm scarred. So I'm gonna be using gloves instead of washing my hands in this video. So without further ado, let's get into the ingredients. First things first, you need your extra virgin olive oil. So you're gonna need this twice in this recipe. So the first time you get 2 teaspoons of it, and the second time you get 2 tablespoons of it, or however much you want, just like I usually do. 1 cup of quinoa, half a red onion, 2 cups of water, and like I usually say, I would recommend sink water, not bottled water. 1 teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ground thyme, or it doesn't have to be ground, it can just be thyme. 1 carrot, but honestly, I think 1 carrot is just way too little, so I'm just gonna get 2 or 3, but probably 2. You're gonna get 1 tomato, or you can just have canned tomatoes like me. I just don't feel like chopping up a tomato, so I just got some petite diced tomatoes, which is close enough, right? 1 cup of baby spinach, and well, I'll just use the rest of it. 1 pound of ground turkey, and last but not least, 1 can of black beans. So without further ado, let's get into the recipe. Now I'm back at it again with saying, first things first, take your ground turkey out and put it from the freezer to the fridge to thaw out 24 hours before you cook this. So get your 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil and put it into a saucepan, or however much olive oil you want. Put the stove on medium heat, or about 5. Cut the onion up in half, and then just keep cutting it up into little pieces. Put the onions into the saucepan, and then stir the onions in the hot oil until the onions are either translucent, or for just 5 minutes. I just did it for 5 minutes. And while the 5 minutes are ticking, make sure to get your quinoa out and fill it up to about 1 cupful. Make sure to reduce the heat to medium-low, or about 2 or 3 or so. Put the quinoa into the saucepan along with the onions, mix it around, and stir it constantly for about 2 minutes, or until the quinoa is lightly toasted, but I just did it for 2 minutes. Fill your 2 cups of water up, and then pour it into the saucepan. And then add your black ground pepper and thyme. And then bring the liquid to a boil, so I just put it on high heat. Make sure to mix it around too. As you guys can see, it was very, very liquidy, and I was like, okay, this isn't looking too good. The onions were pretty burnt too, as you guys can probably tell. And then place the cover on the saucepan. And I let the liquid boil a little bit too much, because as you guys can see, the water was popping and everything. So I decided to reduce the heat to low, and which you should do. I just had it on high heat for a little bit too long. Keep cooking it and mixing around every couple minutes. And make sure to cook at a simmer until the quinoa softens, or for about 5 minutes. Obviously, I just did it for 5 minutes. I usually follow by those rules. And while those 5 minutes were ticking, I decided to cut up the carrots. And I did 2 carrots, not 1, because I did not think 1 was enough. But they were baby carrots though. Place the carrots into the quinoa mixture, or saucepan. Mix the carrots into the quinoa mixture, so it can be quinoa and carrot mixture and everything else in it. Place the cover back on the saucepan, and then continue to cook at a simmer until water is completely absorbed, or for about 10 minutes. Obviously, I did it for 10 minutes. And when I say simmer, I mean medium-low heat, or just 2. Nothing too high. I interrupt this video to give a humongous shout out to Ibotta, the place where if you buy certain groceries from a certain grocery store, you get cash back on the groceries that you bought. I have saved a ton of money off some of these ingredients of this recipe. All you gotta do is just use my referral code when you sign up, link in the description below. And once you submit your first receipt on Ibotta, you get an extra $10 back on groceries, but that's only if you use my referral code. And the best part about Ibotta is that it's completely free to sign up. And I would like to put a disclaimer on here that I also make $10 on here too. And while the water is absorbing, make sure to just stir it around every couple minutes. And while those 10 minutes were ticking, just to save some time, I made sure to put the 2 tablespoons, or just as much as you want, of extra virgin olive oil into the skillet. Once those 10 minutes are up, make sure to stir the tomato and the baby spinach into the quinoa mixture. So now it's baby spinach, tomato, and quinoa mixture, and everything else, and mix it around some. Place the cover back on the saucepan and cook it on medium-low for just about 2 minutes, nothing long. And ignore my hands, by the way. If you guys want to see exactly what happened to me, then be sure to check out my vlog channel, link in the description below, and I will tell you guys exactly what the actual heck happened to my hands. But heat the olive oil into the skillet over medium-high heat, or about 225 degrees Fahrenheit, and which is what I usually do. Once those 2 minutes were up and the spinach was all wilted, be sure to turn off the oven and remove the saucepan from the heat. Put the turkey into the hot skillet. Oh god. And yeah, I didn't remove that little paper thing, and all of a sudden the olive oil was splashing everywhere, so it took me a little while to finally get that off. But once I did get it off, I made sure to crumble all the turkey up and just cook and stir it in the hot skillet until it was brown and crumbly, or for about 5 to 7 minutes. But this one, I just keep going until all the turkey is brown. Not for 5 to 7 minutes because I do not want to have any pink in my turkey. And while the turkey is cooking, be sure to drain out the black beans and shake it around so that way you get all the liquid out, because you don't want liquid black beans in your chili or quinoa. Once the ground turkey is all browned, make sure to reduce the heat to medium low, or I just did it to about 150 degrees. Put the black beans into the skillet and mix it around some, and then just cook and stir until the beans are hot, or for about 2 to 3 minutes. I just did 2 minutes. And then add all the quinoa mixture into the skillet and stir it all up and cook until heated through, and make sure to mix it well too. And while I'm stirring in the ground turkey, quinoa mixture, and black beans, if you are interested in discovering more about getting cash back on groceries, then be sure to check out I Bought It at the link in the description below. About 5 minutes more, so I just cooked it for 5 minutes. And voila, you got your carrot, tomato, and spinach quinoa pilaf with ground turkey recipe. Yeah, I know, that's a very long name. Alrighty guys, so now it is the time that we feast. Okay, this is actually looking good. Remind me of the quinoa turkey recipe, my first ever video, and I knew it would, but it's definitely different though, in a good way. But give me 1 sec, I'm gonna put cheese on this, because this might actually taste way better with cheese. Alright, so, we got the Fiesta blend cheese like we always get, because that's the best cheese. We sprinkle it on there, mix it in a little bit, doesn't really matter. Alright, let's get this in. Highly recommend this with Fiesta blend cheese. That's where all the taste is. But yeah, guys, put cheese on this. Put ranch on this if you want. And yes, I did say put ranch on it. Reason why is because it's kind of like a salad. It's got spinach, tomato, carrots on it. But I will tell you, I did have it with ranch, and I can guarantee you it was bussin'. But you gotta be a ranch lover for this though. It definitely added a lot more taste to it. You know, anything you want hot sauce, maybe, if you like hot sauce. I'm not a hot sauce guy. But yeah, this is definitely a good recipe. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. Oh, didn't see you guys there. Well guys, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you do not miss any more videos helping you out cook the healthy, cheap, and easy way. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.